What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are back on my favorite website, and if you're new here, that website is stake.us. The reason I love this website, well, because I have a lot of fun on there and we make money doing it most of the time. You guys already know the drill. Before we start this video, if you're new to stake and want to try these strategies, go ahead and hit on settings, offers, and for the welcome offer, put in the code FAST. This will instantly activate monthly and weekly rewards, as well as enter you into Stake's VIP program and get you a bonus of $25 stake cash with 250,000 gold coins. After you verify your email, you can claim your bonus. Now let's jump back into the video. Alrighty, guys, in today's video we're going to be doing kind of a fun little strategy, on my favorite game. You guys know my favorite game is Keno, and we're going to be back on Keno. You want to do auto mode, and then what you want to do is on increase buy, you want to set negative 50%, and then here you want to set 50%. And then on your stop on net gain, 10 cents, and your stop on loss needs to be $5. For a balance about my size of balance, this is what we're going to be using. That is the way this strategy goes. It's going to be a very simple strategy. It has multiple phases. So this is going to be phase 1 of the strategy. Then there's a phase 2 and then a phase 3, which is the recovery. Both phase 2 and phase 3 are recovery strategies, but the goal, of course, you guys know why I love Keno. The goal is to hit a high multi on a high dollar amount and win big. So that's the whole goal of Keno and of this strategy. So that's what we're going to go ahead and try to do here in today's video. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what happens. I have instant play on, just makes things go by a little faster. All right, so we've made profit. Now we're going to reset back to base bet of 1 cent, and we're going to start back up. So that is how it goes. All right, now reset back to base bet and start back up. So phase 1 is essentially your primary phase, and then we have multiple phases throughout that are recovery phases. Okay, so there you go. It just stopped. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go here. You're going to set this to 80 cents, and here you're going to set it to $40, and then you're going to start it back up. And then as soon as it stops on profit, we will reset back to base bet and start over. Okay, so now it's back at profit. So now we're going to set this back to 10 cents and this back to $5. And we're going to go ahead and start up. And you guys know the drill. The goal is to make about 20% profit, which in our case is going to be around $60, $70. So that is the goal for this video. So we got to reset this back to base. Reset this back to base. And then here you're going to set it back to 80 cents. And here you're going to go back to $40. Scroll up and let it do its thing until we recover back to our high point or all-time high. Okay, we reset again. Continue. The goal is to recover the loss that we had previously. All right, so now we're going to go back down. Set this back to 10 cents, this to $5, and start it back up. All right, start it back up. Reset to base. So yeah, every time it stops on a profit, you just reset it back to base bet, which in our case is 1 cent, and then you just go from there. So like I said, the goal is to make 20% profit of the balance we started with. And of course, if you have a bigger balance, you could use a bigger dollar amounts. Just do the calculations accordingly. The balance I'm using is so that I have enough to do the full all 3 recovery stages. That's why I'm using the balance that I'm using. But of course, you can do whatever balance you think is necessary for you. Okay, just letting it do its thing here. All right, so we're in phase 1 right now currently, and it's going great. 63x hit, but on a small amount. That's not good. We wanted that to happen on a bigger amount. Anyway, sometimes that 63 hits on a bigger amount, and sometimes that 500 hits. And when that 500 hits, guys, it is great. I've had that 500 hit a lot of times. Hit the 800 twice in my life, never hit the 1,000. So maybe today will be the day, maybe it won't. The goal is to make 20% profit of our balance and go from there. So that's the goal. Reset back to base. Reset back to base. So you guys can see it's a very, very simple strategy. We have not touched phase 3 yet. Like I said, it's a multi-phase strategy. Phase 3 has not happened for us yet. We're still on phase 1. We've done phase 2 a couple times to do the little recovery session. We have not yet touched phase 3. Hopefully we don't even have to touch phase 3, but in a way, I kind of need it to happen so I can show you guys how the recovery works, so you guys can kind of get the idea of how the recovery works. Yeah, and the recovery is actually a really, really simple strategy as well. Just depends. All right, back to base wager. I think our 20% is probably like $65 or so, $60-$70 to be at 20% from our starting balance of $350. So as soon as we reach that, we will stop it there. Hopefully I will then by that point get to show you all 3 phases. So far so good. Everything is looking really, really good for us right now. We're just going to continue doing our thing here. All right, reset back to base wager. And then here we're going to set 80, and here we're going to set 40, and then we're going to start it back up. This is phase 2 now. Phase 2 is the recovery of phase 1. We need something. There you go. So yeah, this is phase 2. And that's basically just to recover the loss from phase 1. All right, there you go. Phase 2 is complete. It unfortunately did fail, which is okay. So now we're going to go into phase 3. Phase 3 goes like this. It's a manual strategy. You're going to start off with 1 cent and you're going to increase. Just remember it's negative 7.24 and you're going to increase every win until you get to 32 cents if you're not at profit. So it'll all make sense here in a second. Okay, now we increase. Now we increase again. Increase. All right, 63x hit. All right, now go back to 1 cent. Increase. So every 1 win, you increase. All right, now reset back to base. Win, increase. Yeah, so every 1 win, you're increasing until you get to 32 cents. Increase, increase. Okay, so clearly we have not made profit, but we've already got the win on 32 cents. Now we're going to switch to 10 cents, and we're going to do the same thing until we can get to our high watermark or highest point in the balance. Increase again. Oh, I missed that one. Increase again. I'll slow it down for this part. Kind of keeps better control when you don't have instant play. You kind of get carried away and lose a little bit of that control. Increase. Need that win. All right, and clearly we are not at our highest point, so now we're going to start with a base wager of $1. This is all phase 3. This is the recovery phase. Okay, now we increase again. This way you kind of need that balance for this strategy because the phase 3 can get out of hand pretty quickly. Still on a losing streak. It's kind of crazy to me. Increase. Increase. All right. So technically now we're still in phase 3, but now your wager would be $10. All right, guys, I'm going to call it there. Phase 3 didn't work out. I didn't have the best recovery method. We did hit that 63x, and I think that screwed up all my odds. Unfortunately, that's what happens. It is what it is. Thank you so much for watching to this point in the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. First 2 phases are pretty good. If you have a better recovery method for phase 3, go ahead and paste it down below. For some reason, yeah, we did hit that 63x, but we hit it on kind of a small amount, so it didn't quite recover us. And from there, it just decided to take us out. So it is what it is. That's just what happens sometimes. It's not the end of the world. We will be back with another video, and you know, that's what will happen. I do want to tell you guys, if you like anything you saw in this video or any of my other videos, I do recommend at least trying the first 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. But I will say, if you liked anything you saw in this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to sign up to stake. Use my code FAST, and what that will do for you is give you $25 stake cash, 250,000 gold coins in your email within the first 24 to 48 hours after you sign up, and verify your email. What that will also do is give you access to all the VIP benefits, such as monthly, weekly, and daily bonuses. So when you sign up, don't forget to use the code FAST, and you will get all those perks. Also, don't forget to like the video, comment down below what you'd like to see in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel with notifications on. If you want to get in contact with me directly, then go check out the Discord in the description. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.